Hello, welcome to Through the Pages. Today, reviewing the last Paulo Coelho book that I had not read before. It is Veronika Decides to Die. So, this book, it's not as maybe sad as you might think right off the bat. It reminded me a lot of Girl Interrupted. It centers around a young woman in Slovenia, who wants to take her life and ends up in a mental hospital. I don't feel like that's kind of giving anything away. That's just a general premise, and I bring that up to say that this is a semi-autobiographical book. As many of Paulo Coelho's books are, they have elements of his extraordinary, just bonkers life in them. And so he actually was sent to mental institutions multiple times by his parents. They later on regretted that heavily and would talk about it and the guilt and that sort of thing. And so when even he was going to get ready to publish this book, it was kind of a conversation with his dad of like, hey, I'm going public with some of this stuff. And it's not to say like, damn my parents, how could they, like, but it's just something where it's like, if you get a good sense of what that system is like because you were in it or put someone in it, I don't think you could ever shed that guilt of having put someone there or the trauma of having been in it. So I think this book was a sort of way for him to flush that out and to open up the conversation. And it sounds like I want to say in Brazil, but it might have been used in another country, that it was basically used as like hey, like, we need to address this problem. Like a snippet of it was read on like the parliament floor or something like that. I'm totally butchering the specifics of it, but it was something that a sort of high up government official like was reading parts of this as like, this is our system. And so it dives into some of the mental health institution abuses and the sort of the nasty bits of it. I mean, from electroshock therapy to just the neglect and the lack of humanity in it. And it's an interesting tale of someone who is kind of at the end of their rope and the unorthodox ways that they are treated, both in ways that are harmful and that are sort of big picture, like radical and effective, but also just like strange. Like I remember I was maybe like a third or a halfway into this book and thinking like, oh, this will be the Paulo Coelho book I like the least. Like I'm not digging this. I had recently read A Girl Interrupted, and I feel like I was just like, I'm kind of at my fill of that. Like it's late winter for when I'm reading this and posting this video. Like, and for those who don't live in winter, like it gets tough mentally. Like you just down. Like I'm not the version of myself I want to be at. Like I'm very far away from that right now. And so to kind of read these tales of despair, it's just like, I don't need any more fuel for my fire right now. Like it's hard as hell right now. So, but it had like, I mean, you know, if you're familiar with Paulo Coelho's books, like they all, or like a story of like something like, in this case, redemption, or, you know, like lust or whatever it might be, but they all have like a certain like theme to them. So I'd kind of forgot that it was like, this is a story of redemption, like hang tight, Joe. Like, and so there is a really nice bit in it that, or I should say a bit like a sort of a nice arc to it or flow that left me feeling it's like, oh, okay, this is actually one I really like. I wouldn't know how to rank it. I'm looking over at all his right now, and there's just so many good ones in there. The one that surprised me the most, I just kind of a random thought here, is The Fifth Mountain. Like, had I just read the biography, the description of that, I probably would have been like, that's not gonna be my cup of tea, but oddly was. So like, I never really know what to expect with him. It's more, I think, like a lot of books, and like I spoke to this in a recent video, but where the plot isn't necessarily like the defining thing, it's the themes and everything within it. And so if you're thinking like, oh, mental institution, young woman, like that's just hard, and suicide is discussed a lot, and like, I don't know if I can handle it. Like I won't sugarcoat it that it's easy all the way through, like it, but there's so much there. It's a really, really great read. So now I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for him to release more, hoping it's not a book like The Warrior of Light, where it's like a little manual with little sort of like quotes in it. Like, I want novels, Paulo, like weird ones too. So hopefully more to come from him. I would love to see in the comments below, what is your favorite Paulo Coelho book? Bonus points if it's not The Alchemist, just because we all love The Alchemist. It's great. But what else? So if you like weird books, nonfiction books, books about the brain, all types of stuff, follow this channel. It would mean a lot to me. I enjoy doing these videos and I love hearing from you. Hope you have a good day.